Barack Obama emphasizes that true success begins with self-belief and vision, two forces that define the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. He explains that no great leader, innovator, or change-maker ever started with certainty. They began with faith in something greater than their fears. Obama believes that belief in oneself is not arrogance, but a quiet confidence that fuels action. It's about trusting your instincts, your work ethic, and your capacity to grow through challenges. He shares from his own journey that there were countless moments when doubt surrounded him, when people told him he wasn't ready, experienced enough, or capable of achieving what he aimed for. Yet, he moved forward because he believed in the purpose of his mission, to create change, to inspire others, and to build something that mattered. This kind of belief, Obama insists, isn't just about self-confidence, it's about clarity of purpose. When people have a clear vision of what they want to contribute to the world, every challenge becomes a test of persistence, not a reason to quit. Obama's message to young people is that your belief must be stronger than your circumstances. Life will always present moments when things don't go as planned, when criticism is loud and support is quiet. But those moments reveal your strength. He explains that the foundation of success is not talent or luck but faith, the conviction that you are capable of more than what your current reality shows. He reminds us that belief without effort is wishful thinking, but belief combined with hard work becomes unstoppable energy. Obama encourages people to start with small steps, to set achievable goals that build momentum, because success is rarely one big moment. It's a collection of consistent, disciplined actions rooted in belief. He also emphasizes that belief is not something you're born with, it's something you build. Every time you overcome fear, finish something difficult, or rise after failure, you strengthen your belief in yourself. He points out that people often wait for others to validate their worth, but true confidence comes from knowing your own value without needing external approval. Obama explains that leaders and successful people are not fearless. They simply choose to act despite fear. They take responsibility for their growth and never let uncertainty dictate their path. Belief is a decision you renew every day, especially when the journey gets tough. In his words, success comes to those who keep their eyes on the vision even when everything else seems blurry. Obama's story serves as living proof that greatness doesn't come from privilege, but from perseverance and conviction. He teaches that every individual, regardless of background, has the potential to rise, but it begins with the inner voice that says, "I can." When you nurture that belief and let it guide your actions, you open doors that once seemed impossible. For Obama, belief is the foundation of leadership, the beginning of transformation, and the spark that turns dreams into destiny. Barack Obama highlights the importance of perseverance and resilience as the true cornerstones of lasting success. He reminds us that every meaningful achievement comes with its share of obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. But what separates those who succeed from those who give up is the ability to keep going when things get tough. Obama explains that resilience is not about avoiding failure. It is about learning how to recover from it stronger than before. He often shares that his own journey was filled with countless challenges, from his early political defeats to moments of self-doubt. But what kept him moving forward was his refusal to let temporary setbacks define his story. He believes that resilience is built in silence, in those quiet moments when no one is watching, and when the only thing that keeps you standing is your inner belief that things will eventually get better if you stay committed. Obama teaches that perseverance is a daily choice. It's the decision to show up even when motivation fades, to work hard even when progress feels invisible, and to trust the process even when results take time. He explains that our culture often glorifies overnight success, but in reality, lasting success is a product of persistence through years of effort and patience. Every great leader, athlete, or creator, he says, has faced rejection, failure, and doubt, but they endured. He encourages people to understand that failure is not a signal to stop, but a sign that you're pushing your limits. Each time you fall and rise again, you become more resilient, more focused, and more prepared for the next challenge. Obama connects resilience to character. He believes that adversity reveals who we really are. When life tests us, it exposes our values, our determination, and our ability to adapt. Those who remain committed to their purpose during hard times develop an inner strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. He advises that instead of running from challenges, we should embrace them as opportunities to grow and refine our abilities. Through persistence, we not only achieve goals, but also gain wisdom and maturity. Obama's message is clear. It is not the easy days that make us, but the difficult ones that build our foundation for greatness. He also reminds people that perseverance is not a solo act. It thrives on hope and support. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in your potential can make the journey more bearable and inspiring. Yet, the true test of perseverance is continuing even when encouragement fades and when you must rely solely on your inner drive. Obama's own story is a testament to this principle. His resilience carried him from moments of defeat to moments of global recognition. His life teaches that success rarely arrives on the first try, but it always rewards those who keep showing up. In the end, perseverance is more than endurance. It's faith in action, the quiet determination to keep moving forward no matter how many times you stumble. Barack Obama believes that true leadership is rooted in service, empathy, and responsibility rather than power, status, or recognition. He explains that real leaders are those who use their influence to uplift others, not to elevate themselves. Leadership, according to Obama, begins the moment you decide to care about something bigger than your own success. It is not defined by titles or positions, but by actions that inspire and empower people around you. He reminds us that leadership is not limited to presidents, CEO, or public figures. Anyone can lead by example through kindness, honesty, and courage. Obama often speaks about how leadership starts in everyday choices. The choice to listen when others speak, to stand up for what's right even when it's unpopular, and to take responsibility when things go wrong instead of blaming others. He believes that one of the greatest strengths of a leader is empathy, the ability to understand and connect with others. Obama explains that leadership without compassion is incomplete because it disconnects people from the very purpose of guiding others. He often encourages young people to serve their communities, to volunteer, to help those in need, and to recognize that success is not fulfilling unless it creates value for others. He recalls how his early work as a community organizer shaped his understanding of leadership. It taught him that progress happens when people come together for a common cause and when leaders empower others to see their own potential. For Obama, leadership is about building bridges, not walls, and bringing people together despite their differences. He also stresses that leadership requires humility. A great leader listens more than they speak and learns continuously from the people they lead. Obama believes that acknowledging mistakes and seeking improvement is a sign of strength, not weakness. True leaders, he says, are not afraid to admit they don't have all the answers because they understand that leadership is a shared journey, not a solo performance. He urges people to replace arrogance with curiosity and to approach leadership with a learner's mindset. Another key aspect of leadership that Obama highlights is integrity. He insists that leaders must always act with honesty, fairness, and moral courage, even when no one is watching. Integrity builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all great leadership. Without it, no vision or talent can sustain success. He reminds his audience that leadership is not about control, it's about influence, and influence only lasts when it's built on respect. Obama concludes that leadership through service is the path to both personal fulfillment and societal progress. When we dedicate ourselves to helping others succeed, we not only make a difference in the world, but also discover a deeper sense of purpose in our own lives. Leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room, but the one who listens, inspires, and acts for the greater good. Barack Obama speaks passionately about the enduring power of hope and unity, describing them as the essential forces that drive humanity forward even in the darkest of times. He believes that hope is not a sign of weakness or naivete, but a profound strength that allows people to keep striving toward a better tomorrow. Throughout his life and career, Obama has demonstrated that real change begins when individuals believe that improvement is possible, no matter how difficult the circumstances. Hope, he explains, is the spark that ignites courage. It gives people the strength to rise after failure, to rebuild after loss, and to continue fighting for what is right even when success seems distant. Without hope, he says, people give up before they've even begun. But with hope, they find resilience, creativity, and purpose. Obama reminds us that every major movement in history, every great transformation, was powered by people who refused to let despair dictate their future. Equally important to him is the principle of unity. Obama insists that no lasting progress can be achieved if people remain divided by fear, hatred, or prejudice. He emphasizes that humanity's greatest achievements come from collective effort, when people work together toward common goals rather than competing against one another. Unity, for Obama, does not mean everyone must think the same. It means respecting differences while finding strength in shared values. He believes that diversity is not a weakness but a source of wisdom and innovation. When people from different backgrounds, experiences, and cultures come together, they create stronger ideas and more compassionate solutions. Obama encourages society to focus on what connects us instead of what separates us, because, in his view, the challenges of the modern world, poverty, climate change, inequality, and injustice, cannot be solved in isolation. He also warns against cynicism, calling it the enemy of hope. Obama often says that it is easy to be cynical, to complain about problems, to doubt others' intentions, or to believe that change is impossible. But cynicism has never built anything. Real progress requires optimism and the willingness to act. Hope, when combined with action, becomes a powerful force for transformation. He urges people to channel their hope into effort, to get involved in their communities, to vote, to volunteer, and to stand up for justice. For Obama, unity and hope are deeply connected. Hope gives people the reason to work together, while unity gives them the power to turn that hope into reality. He explains that when individuals stand together, their collective voice becomes stronger than any obstacle. He calls on the younger generation to be builders of bridges, not barriers, to choose empathy over anger and cooperation over division. Obama's message is timeless. No matter how divided the world may seem, we all share a common humanity and a shared destiny. When people choose hope instead of fear and unity instead of division, they unlock their greatest potential. Together, they can create a future defined not by what tears us apart, but by what brings us together.